I'm Jeannie. This is my handmade home in New York City. This is Tater Tot, my English bulldog. He's 7 years old. He kind of runs the show around here. He's actually the social media manager of my business. He doesn't do a lot, except he makes some appearances on Instagram. So I have a lifestyle curation company, and what we do is help people who are overwhelmed, disorganized, and constantly stressed by mental and physical clutter. However, I also love stuff, and I'm not capable of just admiring one thing. I have to suddenly make it a collection. I'm a maximist, but I'm also an organizer, and I think what's really important is that you need to have a discerning eye, but you also need to curate and kind of keep collections and things together. In my living room, I really only have one wall in which to place a lot of art and the television, so I kind of created a salon wall and put most of my art together there. I actually have this carnival railing. It's from the UK. It's the railing on a carousel, and I didn't really have a place for it, but it ended up being perfect as like to top off the TV, because sometimes when you put art over it, it looks a little diminutive, it's small, and this was so big and it just fit perfectly, and it kind of lends itself to the cartoony, vintage, colorful feel of my apartment. This is probably my favorite collection and most active of my collections. It's Carnival chalkware. I decided to go a little psycho and really put them all together. A lot of people think they're kind of creepy. I don't. I think they're cute. They're crudely painted, but they're not creepy. I've got the Lone Ranger, and he's got hot pink pants on. The Lunchbox collection is probably my oldest collection. I don't get to buy lunchboxes too often anymore because they're so rare, and also they're really expensive. But I have been lucky enough to get a couple of my favorite. I love this dome top. That's what this style of lunchbox is called. But the Bozo the Clown dome top, I love. And then also, disco. And I went rainbow order because I felt like it just made it easier on the eyes when you looked at it, and it didn't become overwhelming. I have been coveting this wallpaper for years. It's called Luxury, and it's got rainbows and diamonds and stars and interiors of private planes and hot rods, Shelby hot rods in there. I just love it. But when you step away from it, it actually has like kind of a Japanese koi feeling to it. And I just was like, I have to live with this wallpaper. It has to be here. When I moved to this apartment, it had a great modern light that came with the apartment, but no, that's not okay for me. I had to have my pink chandelier present in the apartment. It's everything, this chandelier. I love it. It's bright, it's colorful, it's like candy to me. Instead of a traditional chain cover, I decided to insert fake flowers all the way up and kind of create this cornucopia to the ceiling, and it kind of just looks like it belongs in a garden. Normally I don't advocate having all of your collections in the kitchen. Generally I try and bring in food-themed collections like my Bob Big Boy. I also have the Colonel. This just happened to be the perfect space for this. It's my bobblehead collection. The most important part of my kitchen is my yellow ceiling. I can't live without yellow paint. I have to have yellow paint somewhere in my home. So I thought that having a sunny ceiling in the kitchen was the thing that made the most sense. I have this light fixture that is from a carousel railing from the UK. I had it wired for American Standard. It's kind of like my Showtime lighting. And then we can't forget the wallpaper. So it's actually the same exact story as the wallpaper in the living room. It's in teal. I have this piece of furniture that came from IKEA in 1990, and it was just basic, but it is so indispensable that I have yet to let go of it. And I decided to cover it all up with pinup girls. I actually did these bottle caps and I filled them all with glitter and then images I love. And then you'll see the reason why I can't let go of this. It holds all my t-shirts. It's perfect. And so I get to have something fun and whimsical and colorful and kitschy and a little sexy in the bedroom. I always had this thing for toolkits as nightstands. I love it. I actually had plexi cut for the top, so it's mirrored. And then inside, what I ended up doing, it's got a lot of storage, but as Tater will demonstrate, I covered it all with oilcloth because one cannot have enough oilcloth in their lives. You see a little sample of the wallpaper because I literally have been begging for this wallpaper for so long. But I love it. I love that it brings a industrial element into a very girly, pinky kind of bedroom. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Handmade for more home tours. Bye.